And let me get to where I can share my screen here and read this along with everybody. I found this article on X, and it said a Chicago Heights homeowner property tax bill went from $1,800 a year to $30,000. How in the world does that happen? Okay. He was going to have to give up his 960 square foot home and move in with his relatives. Now, initially, before I got into the comments, I already knew how people were going to talk about this. Folks were going to say, here's the government trying to move the black man out. All right. Trying to create these different things that, what's it, red zoning, redlining? I don't know the right words. But enact these policies that essentially take this man's land from him, right? Eminent domain and all of that other stuff. Well, there was a lot more to it. And it turns out it wasn't as deep and it wasn't as big as it was. So he said he called the Cook County Tax Assessor's office, and their nonchalant response was, well, everybody's taxes are going up, without really looking into this man's specific issue. But he fought it and he kept digging. And I'm going to share exactly what happened. All right. He also contacted his local news, and it was when Fox 32 Chicago called the tax assessor, they magically discovered that the exorbitant increase was indeed an error. All right. So I'm going to open up the link here, and we're going to get into it. All right. I'm going to make sure that I can make sure that the screen is showing. Yes, it is. So the article says suburban homeowners property tax bill skyrocketed from $1,800 to over $30,000. And it reached right here. Daryl Lloyd, who purchased this 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house in 2006 for just over $115,000, maintains that the current market value of the properties just over $180,000. Not that big of an increase in equity for when he got it, especially considering that other areas have had a large jump in equity over reassessments. Okay. So when he got the tax bill, he said he was literally devastated when he saw that increase. He goes, how can my tax bill be that big on a 960 square foot place that doesn't even have a second floor, that doesn't even have a basement? Okay. So the property tax hike for the tax bill that he received was a hike over 3,811% based on an erroneous valuation that property in Chicago Heights, the 960 square foot place, was worth $1 million. That is hilarious to me.